Yo, what's good, y'all? I'm coming at y'all again with another little short video. I feel like it's only right since I'm, probably like banned, I guess, on a lot of the social apps and stuff like that. I figure I'll probably like make like a little like short video to put on YouTube. Um, Short video I'm putting up on YouTube is actually just me talking about the state of the Cavaliers, man, and what I feel about the team. So this is probably gonna be like a quick little 10-minute video or so, but I'm gonna get right into it, man. Cavs really didn't have like a great season, nonetheless. And we were kind of teetering back and forth when it came to things. So at the trade deadline, we made the move we felt like was the right move, and we traded James Harden, or we traded Darius Garland for James Harden. Darius Garland for James Harden, in a nutshell. In a nutshell, honestly, has been not really playing out to where we had thought it would be. We end up finishing off as a 4 seed, right? Finishing off as a 4 seed for the season, and we get into these playoffs, and we didn't address anything with this trade, right? We felt like we needed somebody to be more consistent in the games, and at the time, Harden was kind of like teetering a little bit. Like the year before, he had a great season. To go into the playoffs, he was performing good, and then in usual James Harden fashion, he wasn't there when you needed him most, right? Now we at the point where we say, hey, we got somebody that we want to get rid of, right? And Darius Garland. We also know that y'all probably want to get rid of him because y'all are rebuilding. Y'all want to go in the future. So going in the future means that possibly, you would want to do something with Darius Garland being at the center of all that. Darius Garland being at the center of all that, obviously is a gamble because he hasn't been the most healthiest, right? Darius Garland, I will argue, hasn't been the most healthiest going into the playoffs and actually playing the playoffs in its entirety since the Cavs played the Hawks in the play-in tournament. That play-in tournament was how long ago at this point? That play-in tournament was like 2022. Was that 2022? 2022, I believe. Let me see. Let's go back. Here we go. So the 2022 Eastern Conference playoffs started with the play-in tournament, and it was to secure the number 8 seed. And in that number 8 seed on April 15th, we lost that game by 6 points. In that game, if you look at our team, we had a Lauri Markkanen, 10 of 17 from that game, 26 points. Honestly, I feel like, the Cavs, they wanted a lot more out of Mobley, right? Mobley, 6 of 12, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, right? Back then, he's still giving you like, he has room to grow and you know what he can do, but also it's just not there, right? 9 of 27 from Garland. He went 21 and 9 assists. And honestly, that field goal percentage is just bad. But when you force him to just to be a hero, at that point, Darius Garland is what? Like, I think he's 2 years in the league. Colin Sexton was injured. Dean Wade was also out. But this team, we had Rajon Rondo, Kevin Love played but barely played. Isaac Okoro played. Karis LeVert was on his team as well. So this wasn't like a terrible team, but this also was a team that was like headed towards rebuilding, right? We felt like if you probably left this how it was, this is kind of like how Kyrie came into the league and he had a few years, or he had a couple years, and then LeBron comes out of nowhere, right? Except for we had somebody that's a lottery pick and Colin Sexton, and Darius Garland comes in and we say, oh, we don't know which can be in our backcourt. We got a small backcourt, but then Colin Sexton was a dog. He was a defender, right? Playing off ball. But you feel like, yo, we can get rid of one of these guys and we can build around it and see what we can get. So we do that. Colin Sexton goes off in that trade to Utah, and we get Donovan Mitchell, right? Lauri Markkanen also is out of here in that trade. Lauri Markkanen goes also to Utah. He's in that trade as well. After having, I don't feel like he had a bad season for us. 15 and 11. I mean, he underperformed. He kind of dropped off since he was with the Bulls a little bit, but in my honest opinion, like Lauri Markkanen went up the next season. 14 and where's his rebounds at? 14 and 6. He goes up and he averages 25 and 9, 23 and 8, 26-7. Now, this past year, 26-7 on 47% shooting is not the same as like what it was in Utah the first year he got there. But at one point, he was averaging 30 points. Like Lauri Markkanen was averaging 30 points at one point. I think it was 29. So, you know, Lauri Markkanen probably sort of like kind of like found where he should be at. He's 29 years old. He is what he is at this point. And that's not to revisit old things. But if we're looking at where this got us at, we end up saying pull the trigger to get like another scoring guard, a superstar in the backcourt, right? So that ushers in Donovan Mitchell, right? Now, Donovan Mitchell and the Cavaliers, after that play-in tournament, Cavs playoff history. So the Cavs playoff history series by year. Cleveland Cavaliers, let me see, 2019, 2020. We'll not even do Atlanta basketball. I think we can do like real GM. Actually makes a lot more sense. So this gives us a nicer like outlook at how we can feel, you know, for these, you know, get a feel for like a flow of like how the playoffs went. So obviously this gap year or this gap window probably happens right here, or not, more than likely happens with Bron not being there. No other reasons except for that besides us rebuilding. And we didn't have a great team, right? We end up losing out of that play and we didn't go to the playoffs. So this is the play-in year that we was talking about over here. For that Cavs and Hawks series, right? Or not even a series, but just a play-in game. We faced the Knicks, and we're actually the favorite in this series. I think this is classic 4-5 matchup, and we're like, Donovan Mitchell's here. We can win this series, right? We end up losing that series. Gentleman's sweep, which we actually about to lose this series right now against the Knicks because we're down 0-3, right? The Magic the following year, right? We faced them in 7 games. We beat them. The Celtics, we at one point are tied 1-1 with them. And then we end up losing our last 3. Donovan Mitchell, I believe, was injured in that series. Also, Darius Garland was like kind of dealing with an injury too. So it didn't really help us, you know, moving forward, right? And that was the last year of JB Bickerstaff being there, right? So after that series with the Celtics, we end up making the trade and we get rid of Harris LeVert. We get rid of a few other players, but Harris LeVert is at the forefront of that trade. We bring in somebody like Kenny Atkinson as a coach. We bring in other pieces. We bring in also Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome comes in for the Warriors. He didn't play the year before. I think he messed up his ACL. He had a knee injury, and then he didn't play the year before. And then, you know, a couple other pieces we bring in, right? We bring in DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter's on our team. We make a move for him before the trade deadline. So we're like, yo, we need to have a bench. We need to have this. Like, we're putting the pieces in where we're like, yo, get a defender in DeAndre Hunter. You can also get 20. Get somebody like Ty Jerome off the bench that could just score. We say Isaac Okoro is still our lockdown defender, but we don't need too much from him. Dean Wade could just come in and just hit shots, but he's not a shooter. Just have him out there just as a defender. That's it, right? That doesn't go our way because we end up sweeping the Heat. We feel good about ourselves. We get to the Pacers, and lo and behold, Evan Mobley is injured, right? Also, I neglected to mention that all throughout this point, we're talking about the Magic and we're talking about the Knicks series. We're still trying to figure out, like, yo, can Evan Mobley step up? Can the big step up? In the Knicks series, Jared Allen said, yo, the playoff lights was too bright, I guess. You don't need to be there if the playoff lights is too bright. But that's then. This is now. This is 4 years ago. Against the Magic, we struggled to get out of the playoffs against them. Against the Celtics, we did not play better than their superstars, and that was simple as that. We couldn't stop them. All year when we got out this round right here, the semifinals, when we got out of here with an L. All this year for 24-25, we was like, yo, we just got to worry about the Celtics. We can beat everybody else. We got to worry about the Celtics, right? So we faced the Heat, and then we faced the Pacers, and we say, yeah, you know, a lot of people are getting injured, but we can get past this team still. We end up not getting past this team. One of these losses that we get, they sneak a win from us in game 1. Game 2, when we faced them, we actually choked this game away. We were up a lot. I got the playoff history right here, but let's go Cavs and Indiana. We choked away game 1, right? When we choke away game 1, they end up coming back in game 2, and we let them come back in the game. A lot of offensive rebounds we did not get. Offensive rebounds in a game where Donovan Mitchell was just going crazy this game. Max Strus going crazy, but Donovan Mitchell eventually, he gets injured in this game, late in the game. Is this the point where he gets injured? It's one of these games where, it's one of these points in the game where, and this is a perfect like analogy, like seeing like what this game, what this series was like. Our key players at the time. Darius Garland, he's on the bench. DeAndre Hunter, he's on the bench while they choke away this game. Evan Mobley, he's on the bench not playing, trying to just get healthy because he got a messed up ankle, right? Because they feel like, damn, we can just win against this team and then we get to the next round. We can beat this team. He tweaked something in this game. I remember when Strus hit that, when Strus had that dunk in that in this playoff game. But we did all that to come up short in the end. Because you know what it came down to? It came down to some offensive rebounds at the end of the free throws. And they may have it here, they may not have it. It was some offensive rebounds that didn't happen. And them offensive rebounds that didn't happen, you know, he's finishing buckets, he's doing everything all crazy, but you know, it was a free throw attempts by Donovan Mitchell where he missed one, and the offensive rebound is basically right there. We don't get it. Bro, to be honest with you, I don't know what I can fathom from this comeback, but we should have won this game. It should have been 1-1, then 2-1. It should have been the Pacers obviously, like, you know, they beat us the next game too. But it should have been oh no, they didn't beat us in the next game. We actually won the next game. But they should have beat us in the next game. But we came out and we said we gotta win this game. But it should have been 2-1 Cleveland going back to Indiana again for game 4. And we end up losing that game very badly. But in this series, right? In this W, we beat them 22 points, right? If we go back and that game 4 loss, we end up getting smoked by 20. Now, people try to come back. Evan Mobley tried to come back 3 of 7 from the field, really working him back in, but not really doing much, but he's out there. Jarrett Allen 0 for 1. And this is what I think is like the precursor to like James Harden coming in and actually being the person that was going to get these bigs more involved, right? And that's what we were sold. Like fool's gold, but that's what we were sold, right? Donovan Mitchell goes 3 of 11 this game, 12 points. 21 points, 6 assists from Darius Garland. Hold on. (21 and 6 assists from Darius Garland. 5 personal fouls though. Darius Garland's hobbled. If we go to the next game where we actually lose again, we barely lose this game, but key shots down the stretch. Key shots down the stretch is what really messed us up. But Donovan Mitchell goes out swinging, 15 and 21 free throws, 8 of 25 from the field. Darius Garland has a terrible shooting night, but he's clearly injured. He comes back, gives us everything. 0 of 9 from Max Strus. He wets the bed. Jarrett Allen, 9 points. Evan Mobley though, 8 of 12. Now look, Evan Mobley goes 8 of 12, 24 and 11. This is where he's trying to come back and he's trying to show you that he can do more. Now they don't stop them when it matters, and other people don't step up and have games. Ty Jerome got taken out of a couple of games too. So we go into this offseason and we say, damn, we choked. We should have won this series, right? Now, going back, when we make this trade, Darius Garland is like in and out the lineup a little bit. Like he comes back after being out for a little bit because he has that turf toe injury, right? Say that a bunch of times in a row fast. But he has that turf toe injury and he gets his surgery in the off season. He takes a break, he comes back, but you can tell they kind of like looking for somebody. They don't get that person, but they like, damn, James Harden's out there. See if we can get James Harden. So on paper, you think about it, you say James Harden and Mitchell, same guard, one's bigger. But at the same time, you look at it like, damn, well, at least he can play make a little bit better. You get the playmaking ability, and then you get the scoring ability, right? And Harden will be there. He's not had a history of being like just injured per se all the time, but his hamstrings might be done. He's way older. Darius Garland, if I'm not mistaken, man. Darius Garland, I think, might be 27 now. Darius Garland is 26 years old. He turns 27 next year. So he's 26. We make this trade when he just turns 20, not too long before after he turns 26. But Darius Garland, he falls victim to the point where now you get an all-star, 51 season happens. We get eliminated by the Knicks that year. Another all-star in 2025. And we get eliminated from the Pacers. He goes clutch for us almost the whole year, but he's not really healthy the last 2 years. And he's a victim of that, and he's traded because also you got that contract. The Cavs kind of dug themselves into this hole, right? Cavs dug themselves into this hole because if you look at what we did, we kept trying to pile on to building towards this Donovan Mitchell situation, right? Now, Donovan Mitchell, I don't think had the personnel, I feel like, to be able to play with somebody in the backcourt that was going to be able to get them quality defensive minutes and be consistent to also score. When the bigs actually got their stuff together this season in the playoffs, the guards haven't really got themselves together. Donovan Mitchell has been kind of inconsistent a little bit, right? Watch the Toronto series, right? So if we look at the Toronto series real fast and this Cavs playoff history real quick, we go 7 games with the Raptors, right? Donovan Mitchell and the bigs, all of them really didn't play well that series, right? And if we're looking at everything for the Pistons, the bigs got themselves together. If I'm arguing anything, the bigs kind of got themselves together. 6 of 11 from Mobley. I'm only gonna get like 11 shots when I play with Donovan Mitchell and I play for Harden. And I play with Harden. Jarrett Allen, 1 of 4. Now he can't go 1 of 4, but Evan Mobley, 14 and 9 and 5. One turnover and 2 blocks. What more do you want from him? We lose to Detroit. Game 2 against the Pistons. Not a great shooting night, but at the same time, 9 points, 4 of 10, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He's doing other things though, where he's trying to affect the game, but he can't with shooting, right? And it's hard to probably get into a rhythm where if you don't have it early, then you say, all right, Allen, you can save us. And then you say, all right, Donovan Mitchell, you're there. Then you say, James Harden, 3 of 13, right? Not doing great. Obviously all those turnovers, right? Then the next thing after that, you say, okay, well, next game, let's see what we can do there. When it matters most, again, let's look. I'll go 4 of 6, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, which obviously those are something that plagued us, I think, for this game. Missing the free throws, but I go 4 of 6 though. I give you 13 and 8, and I give you 4. 2 blocks again. Donovan Mitchell has a great game, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Right, they're starting to try to get themselves together. We get the win. The next game after that, I believe, in game 4. Game 4 is when Donovan Mitchell kind of goes crazy and has 30-something points in the second half. 13 to 26, 50%, 4 of 12 from 3, 13 to 15 from the free throw line. Harden, 24 and 11, 2 turnovers. But this is the game where they actually say we're not going to turn the ball over, and they don't really like that, right? Evan Mobley, though, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals. 6 of 11 from the field. He's playing well. Like, he's not having a bunch of games where he's like super off. This is what he's giving you with a team where he's playing with Donovan Mitchell and he's playing also with James Harden as the first and second option. Evan Mobley, once again, 6 of 13. That's right underneath 50% from the field, right? He's giving you 19, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. 3 blocks. He's turned over the ball 4 times, but 3 blocks, 1 steal. Donovan Mitchell, 7 of 18. Harden, 8 of 21. 13 misses. 11 misses right here. 3 of 10. 1 of 8 from the 3-point line. Evan Mobley, though, 2 of 3 here. This is where Evan Mobley comes out and he actually wins this game for us because he hits key threes down the stretch. He actually makes his free throws this game too. Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen both combined for 18 rebounds, but Jarrett Allen 16, 10, 2 blocks, 1 turnover. James Harden still has 6 turnovers, but 30 points is what kind of covers that all up, right? And then we're looking at the game 6 debacle, right? Where we lose 115 to 94. Let's look at the stats really quick. 6 of 14, Evan Mobley, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. But if you look at the top of the sheet, Look who had bad shooting nights. 6 of 13, Harden's right underneath 50%. Not that bad, right? But 8 turnovers is crazy. Donovan Mitchell, 6 of 20. Game 7 victory. Obviously, Donovan Mitchell comes out to play. Donovan Mitchell, 26, 8 and 6. He fouled out the game. Harden, 9, 5 and 6. He almost fouled out. 1 turnover, no turnovers from Donovan Mitchell, right? Evan Mobley, though, 7 of 10, 70% from the field. 21, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. He's consistent for 2 blocks, 2 steals every damn game or more. And he can get you 20 and 10 when he's focused as the focal point and he's hitting the shots. If I'm only getting 10 or 11 shots though, I probably do need like 17 shots in a game. I need that in order to be really like showcased in my light. Now we're gonna talk about the Knicks real fast in this series, just real quickly. Obviously, like, you know, Karl-Anthony Towns had a not so great first game, but he came out 13-13. You know what I'm saying? Hart 13-7 for, you know, Brunson turned it up second half and he really went crazy, 15-29 though. But if we look at the Cavs real fast, Mobley, he went 6-16, but 15, 14 boards. He's grabbing the boards. He's trying to affect the game in other ways where he can't usually affect it by just scoring. 3 blocks though here, 6-16. It's not terrible, but he missed 10 shots. So first game, we almost win, right? We lose though. Second game, if I'm looking at this, 6 of 15, 8 of 18 from Mitchell as well. 26 points from Mitchell, but more garbage time points, right? Made almost all his free throws. James Harden made almost all his free throws too. They're not turning over the ball. Evan Mobley's not really turning over the ball either, but 14-6, 5 of 8, 10 points in the first quarter is what I want to talk about real fast. 10 points in the first quarter is a problem. When I'm getting the ball and no one's giving me the ball back after I'm going off and keeping y'all in the game for the first quarter and I got the hot hand, come back to me and give me the hot hand. I'll say this to kind of close out a little bit, but I'll look at real quick what this kind of tells me a little bit, right? A D+ is what we should have got for this trade, because it didn't solve our problems of our perimeter defense at the 3-point line, but then also solve our problem for anything else when it came to just how we were going to push the rock and have a defender in the backcourt with Donovan Mitchell. The pace is a little bit slower sometimes. The ball can travel faster and you can get the bigs more involved. But I would argue Garland kind of did that too. But you would say Harden just known for just wanting to be throwing lobs and stuff like that, rightfully so, right? But did Garland have more room to really kind of like grow? We would have probably got ousted in that Raptor series. But to be honest, I definitely liked our chances if we got past the Raptors with the Pistons, because we'd have cooked the Pistons probably if Garland was there. We wouldn't have had that many turnovers, I don't think. Even though he has turnovers, but he pushes the pace. He's faster. You know, they get happy shooting 3-pointers and they just kind of go crazy. That's the problem. Another thing I wanted to say is looking at these contracts, right? James Harden contract. James Harden is crazy. James Harden contract. He has a 2-year, he's underneath a 2-year deal right now. Right now he has a player option for next year. So this is his last technical player, year where he's guaranteed this money. Next year he's not, and it's 13.3 million guaranteed on that season. So he's probably going to opt out, right? If he opts back in, which he's probably not, we got to trade him. If he doesn't opt, we got to let him walk. If he doesn't opt out, whatever. If we give him a new contract, we need to try to trade him for whatever we can get, to be honest with you. And it's got to be by the trade deadline. The one thing I definitely see people talking about is they say, yo, Evan Mobley is slated to make damn near 50 million next year, right? This year, if we're looking at this contract, his cap hit for next year is 50 million. Rightfully so, right? This year was 46 million. He's 25 years old though. 25 years old, and his stats say I'm the third option. And with me being the third option, with my one only true year and me being the first, was the one option, the second option, I give you 15 and 8 on 50% shooting. I've improved my 3-point shooting. This year has been not good, but I've improved my 3-point shooting 37% in both of these other years, right? My free throw percentage has gone up, but it's also went low this year. So it's a low there. But In the other 3 years, I've improved my free throw shooting. My 3-point percentages went up a couple times, but my field goal percentages has been climbing, dipped off, but I'm 55% basically from the field. I've been more efficient than when I was a second option to Darius Garland. But I've been averaging 15 and 8. I've been averaging 16 and 9 as a third option. I've been averaging 15 and 9 as a third option, or 16 and 9 as a third option, 18 and 9 as a third option, 18 and 9 as a third option. This is me as a third option. This is me as a third option. I'm making 50 million. I can't be a third option making 50 million. So it's either get rid of me and I go somewhere else, or you build a team around me and you say, all right, you need to be more aggressive. We want you to be more aggressive. You were coming up big for us in moments where we need you to come up big. Now you got that underneath your belt. Let's see if you can lead a team now, Evan. Let's see what you can do. I say that because he's making 50 million, right? And I'm gonna close this out like this. Donovan Mitchell is 29 years old. Donovan Mitchell will be 30 years old this year, or this play year. Next year, he's gonna have 50 million on here. And we also know that he has a player option in 27-28. The player option in 27-28 is for 53 million. He's the highest paid on our roster. Eventually, Evan Mobley is going to be the highest paid on our roster at the end of his contract. But do you say next year, let's see what we can get for Donovan Mitchell, or offseason, let's see what we can get for Donovan Mitchell and try to really flesh out and bring pieces in that's really going to make sense? Because I feel like Donovan Mitchell, with him being 29, having some injuries, we tried this for 3 years in a row. It hasn't really worked out. We got to get what we can get. We got to build towards the future. This is the only way we can do this. We saw this with OKC. OKC could have kept saying triple-double rush, triple-double, but they was like, man, it ain't working out, bro. We're going to get rid of you, man. We're going to have to trade you, man. They trade you to Houston. Then you kind of see what happens with OKC and Paul George. You're like, man, it ain't working really with you and Russ. Let's get you out of here, man. Go ahead, go to LA, man. Do your thing. They get them picks. Look where OKC is now. The people that had the picks right now, though, they ain't really the teams that's probably like in position to really do anything, because Washington Wizards got some picks, right? They got #1 pick this year. Anthony Davis and Trae Young. Why would they put Donovan Mitchell on that team? San Antonio got some picks this year. OKC got some picks this year. Both them teams damn near about to go to the finals. And they all in the lottery. They all in the lottery. What's the point? I'm gonna close out by saying this, man. We used to think that Evan Mobley was the problem. Evan Mobley's not really the problem, I don't think, now at this point, right? Evan Mobley, I think, needs the space to be able to be on a team where he can average 25. He can make that leap to averaging 25. If I'm averaging 19 and 8, 17 and 8, 18 and 9, whatever, on a team where I'm the third option, imagine what I can do when I'm the first option. And you build a team around me, and you force me to be more aggressive. Build the shooters around me. Make me the unicorn where I can play make, where I can be in the mix a little bit more. I feel like that's the thing that we gotta like look forward to for them to do. But hopefully Kobe Altman makes the right decisions, I feel like, as the Cavs GM to figure this out. Because I feel like it's just not going to get any better if you don't probably just say, you know what, man, we're not getting any younger. James Harden's 36. Evan Mobley is 25. Jarrett Allen's not even 30. He's 27 right now, I think. We're about to be 28, I think. So I would think you keep him for defensive reasons. But outside of that, you're looking at, damn, who else we got? Donovan Mitchell is 29 years old. He's going to be 30. We saw what he is at this point. We don't have a bench. We have other players like Tyrese Proctor on the bench, though, that's not going to play. Jalen Tyson that needs more time. These other people are here. Let them grow and let them get better. We can get them other pieces that are going to be really good young pieces. But we got to get them better. So you either trade them for a multitude of like some people that actually we can bring back in a haul that's going to make sense, right? Or that's been in the league for a little bit, that's really good players. Or you trade them for some picks and you figure that out. Honestly, I would see what Milwaukee wants to do with Giannis and say, yo, like, go ahead, go to Milwaukee then, Donovan. Do your thing over there. You put Giannis with Evan Mobley and him, and then you figure out a way if Harden kind of stays, you kind of get rid of him. it's all depending on that way. I would go that way with maybe if Harden probably like, you know, opts back in or whatever, and then we can get rid of him. But if we extend Harden and then we bring him on and we say, all right, like we signed him, whatever, we figure out the contract because he's going to opt out. We got to wait till the deadline damn near to trade. Donovan Mitchell, the options for getting rid of him might need to be explored. That's the only thing I'm saying, man. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. But appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I got everything up here. Right now on Twitch, we at about 220 followers. It might be a little bit more than that. No subscribers yet, but we kind of crushed it the last couple of days with having everything showing on Twitch. It was worth the suspension, but at the same time, hey, you know, I'm gonna figure out a way to bring more people to my channel, figure out a way to bring more people to my YouTube too as now. Well, just to be able to have my conversations and talk about what I want to talk about, right? I'm thinking about starting up another channel to be able to be like something centered more towards the Cavaliers. You know, in general, I just want to like bring y'all like my takes, bring y'all whatever I feel like is right, whatever makes sense, and how I feel about my teams and how I feel about sports, and then also gaming as well, man. So make sure y'all following all those tags below, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. So appreciate everybody that tuned in and liked this video. Make sure you like, share this video. I'm trying to get out to many more viewers, man, and it's a part of y'all, man. The reason why I'm actually still doing this, because you know, some people actually view my stuff, like not a lot of people, but I'm grateful for everybody that does view my stuff. I'm trying to get out there, and without y'all, it wouldn't be possible to be able to get out there to more viewers. So I appreciate y'all, man. Cavs, we gotta get it together, man. That's all I got today. I'm out.